Good afternoon from, well, we're under an AT-AT, so maybe you can figure it out. It's Star Tours. We're at Hollywood Studios. Of course, we're going to head over to Batu. We have reservations for Olga's Cantina after park close.
That is going to be so cool.
We're really excited about it. We haven't made it to Batu in the evening for a long time, mostly because it keeps raining in the nighttime whenever we want to come.
We are dressed in our finest Batu outfits, and just getting back here to Star Tours, we've been stopped 3 or 4 times with people commenting on it.
As I told our eldest, what was it, 3 years ago for Vicky's Not So Scary Halloween party. He wasn't too interested, but when he saw the reactions, he was talking about how cool it was, and I said, this is why we do this.
Among other reasons.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's also really fun to have people comment.
Most beautiful planet, but frankly, Otto, I find the guns can be rather annoying. No, not just Jar Jar, all of them.
Pull on the yellow strap and put on your 3D flight goggles. Here we go.
I am Raskanata, and I come to you with an urgent message. The shadow of the dark side is spreading across the galaxy. Our friends in the Resistance need your help. Even you. Head to the coordinates I'm sending you. We must face them and fight them. Now go!
Well, that was a lot of fun. Once again, I wasn't the rebel spy.
Nor was I this time. The last couple times I've worn this, they've tagged me, although I don't know why. It was fun. We actually had a couple of scenes I didn't recognize, and although I look like I should know everything about Star Wars, I don't really. So I didn't recognize either of the planets.
But she knows more than most people.
I know more than you.
Yeah.
We've run into Donald and Minnie. Donald's seen us and is using the Force. I don't think Minnie knows what to make of it.
Because our reservation at Olga's is at 8:30, which is in fact after park close.
30 minutes after.
People are just pouring out of Batu.
Yeah, I feel a lot like a salmon.
You no longer have to stand in a line to get into the marketplace or into the shopping stalls.
We wandered into the creature stall here in the marketplace on Black Spire Outpost. A couple of new critters we haven't seen before. This, however, is the puffer pig. It's been here before, but we can never take one home as long as we have our Callie dog, because her very, very favorite sort of chew toy makes this same sound. She doesn't like the squeaky toys so much, but anything that honks or not really squeal like a pig, but has that grunt, we call them honking toys. She adores them. This would be gone in no time. The loft cats have been here since the very first, even before the very first day, because they were here for pass holder preview. So these Sandy and Tan, but these guys, the blue and sort of lime ones, are new. Now they're just the same. They make noises, they growl, they bite, and supposedly they don't like each other. And I think this one is still growling at this one. So if you buy 2 of them, keep them in other rooms.
Ships are taking off from this spaceport all the time. It's hard to get a grasp of just how big a TIE fighter is until you see one up close and personal.
So we walked over here by Doc Ondar's, and the doors were open, so we thought we'd go in. It's usually pretty difficult to get in there. However, Doc has closed up shop for the night. We talked a little bit to the door person here, and he said that Doc Ondar is just not happy. I think maybe Oga, who is the boss of everyone on this planet, has been maybe messing with him. Supposedly Doc Ondar keeps the books for Oga, and that would not be a comfortable place to be. Oga is Oga Gara. She is the Blutopian, and she pretty much owns everything on this planet. Everybody reports to Oga. She gets a lot of very interesting items from kind of strange people all over the galaxies. She was raised by the Hutts, so you can probably guess what kind of business Oga usually does.
Now we're headed over to Oga's Cantina to check in.
Something that you think might be against the rules.
You might just run through them because I do not want to tick Oga off.
Oh, no, I totally understand. Yeah, so no fighting, no biting, no drink throwing. If you're smuggling any droids, creatures, or anything of the like, just make sure you clean up after yourself or your bartender's not your mates, alright?
Yeah.
Those are the big ones?
Yeah. Any body parts come off, you can move that too.
We made it into Oga's. There's no place to sit, so we are standing at the bar. Some lucky people, however, did get to sit at tables. The DJ here at Oga's is RX-3, also known as Rex. He was formerly known as RX-24 and was an RX series pilot droid who flew a Star Commuter 2000. At some point, Rex crash-landed on Batuu, where he was reprogrammed into a DJ. This is future Art and Elizabeth. It was way too loud in Oga's Cantina to review our drinks, so we're doing it in the future.
It's been so long since we've been to Oga's. We hadn't been since before the closure. It's been really hard to get in there even when they reopened just because it's so small, and social distancing in a very small room is very difficult. So we were really thrilled when we got those reservations.
There's not a whole lot of social distancing going on in there now.
No, Disney's pretty much given up on that. So I've treated myself to an alcoholic drink, which you know Disney alcohol is way overpriced, but it's Oga's. Sometimes you just have to treat yourself, right? I got the Bespin Fizz, Bacardi Superior Rum, Yuzu Puree, pomegranate juice, white cranberry juice, and a cloud swirl. I had no clue what I was getting with that cloud swirl, but it cost $18 and it's quite small but very tasty. You mostly get the cranberry with just a hint of citrus. I never could taste the rum. I could feel it. I knew it was there. And a cloud swirl is actually bubbling, steaming, fogging dry ice. So it was good, it was tasty, it was small. I probably won't get it again, but it's not because it's not good, it's simply because it's tiny for $18.
It is really small. To keep you from drinking the dry ice, which would be unpleasant to say the best, they have a little divider in the bottom, and I have not figured out how they put that in and get the dry ice in. I looked at the glass, couldn't figure it out.
My only guess is maybe they have very small dry ice pellets that they scoop in and then kind of jiggle the glass, but I don't know. It's like a little strainer in the bottom. It does keep the dry ice from getting to you though, so that's good. However they manage it, it's cool. Yes, cool. I meant that.
I got the Java Juice.
Simply orange with pineapple, kiwi, cantaloupe, and blueberry popping pearls. That is $6.50. They're non-alcoholic or still high, but not quite so bad.
Yeah, I went with the non-alcoholic, which was substantially less expensive. That's not why I did it. I just decided to have a non-alcoholic drink. It was okay. It was actually quite refreshing. It was also very small. Just like a lot of drinks at Disney now, it had the boba balls in it, and they were okay. So the drink was really pretty nice, but not fabulous. You don't go to Olga's, I don't think, for the drinks. It's for the decor, the theming, the atmosphere.
It's going to listen to DJ Rex spinning some tunes.
That too. It is so loud, it is hard to have any kind of conversation. We did talk to some people, but having a real conversation is not a thing that's going to be happening a lot at Olga's.
Especially if your party is seated at one of the tables, because they're pretty large. They're like those half circle booths. So some of you will be like sitting on the far edges and there's not anybody on this side. So a conversation there could be very difficult if you have 4 or 5 people. If you don't get one of those, you are probably at a standing bar. They have some standing tables, or you stand at the bar. There is a time limit at Olga's. You cannot stay in there for longer than 45 minutes. So if you are a big spender and you're buying lots of drinks, that's still as long as you can stay. You're allowed to leave your table or the bar area before the 45 minutes. Whenever you're done with your drinks, you pay up and then you can wander, but it's
But
so
you
tiny.
have to pay first.
Yeah, you have to pay first. And it's so tiny, it's basically both sides of the bar are the same. So it doesn't take anything like 20 or 30 minutes after your tiny drinks to go wander. But again, the decor is fantastic. If you're a Star Wars nerd, you have to go to Olga's. And you have to try at least a few of the overpriced drinks. They have a few little tidbits, but nothing for real food. If you're gonna go later in the day, make sure you eat first.
Yeah, and the food there is very expensive.
It's expensive and it's weird.
And small.
And small still. Everything at Olga's is small. From the space right down to the drinks and the food. But obviously, if you are a Star Wars nerd, you have to go to Olga's Cantina. And if you're not a super Star Wars nerd, you probably should try to go anyway because you're in Galaxy's Edge. And Olga runs the whole place, so you may as well pop into her place.
And you know, Olga likes to make money, which is probably why the portions are small and the prices are big. And now back to Hollywood Studios, Galaxy's Edge, and Batuu.
So another wonderful day, evening at Batuu. I adore Black Spire Outpost, always.
Yes, it's really pretty at night, and when everybody else is gone, you can really hear the sound effects. It's just really nice. As for Olga's, the theming is really good. The place is kind of small. It's very hard to get a reservation to get into. But the fun factor isn't as high as I would like it to be. Yes, you may like it better than I do. It's certainly not as much fun as Trader Sam's was when it was open. It's very loud. You can't really have a conversation with anybody.
Can't hear Sam's either.
Well, I can. You drink your drink, which was delicious, and you're done. So
You get 45 minutes there. There are other things you could do. A lot of people are going to have more than one drink, but you know what? Mine was $18 and it was pretty small. It was delicious. I got the Bespin Fizz and it's wonderful, but you don't really taste many of the different parts of it. It's supposed to have tequila, which usually is a pretty obvious flavor. I didn't taste it. I could feel it. I mean, I know it's in there, but there's just not a strong flavor of anything but just the juice.
However, just like the bar, the theming of it was really good. It was bubbling, it was smoking sort of. It was cool to look at.
Cool to look at, tasty, expensive, but you know what? Disney alcohol is always expensive, so at least this was themed Disney alcohol. Even if it is small and loud and expensive, I do recommend you come to Olga's. It is definitely an experience, especially if you care for Star Wars even a little bit.
Oh yeah, it is definitely a Star Wars experience that you should do if you are a Star Wars fan.
Absolutely. It is definitely late, so I think we're going to cut this just a little short here. We've had a great time, but it's time to go now. It is definitely late for them.
Are you on social media?
We are too. Our Life on the Go is on Facebook. We have our own page over there. We occasionally do quick little mini reviews of things like, oh, Gideon's, for example.
We love Gideons.
We love Gideon's. You know that surely by now. And of course, I also have Instagram. It's Our Life Go, because somebody already had Our Life on the Go.
Maybe
But
they'll give it up someday.
probably not. We're already
Probably not.
established. It's fine. But I tend to post at least one photo a day. Occasionally forget when it's just kind of a daily around the neighborhood something, but I try. And always, if we're in a park, you're gonna get little mini videos. Disney Springs frequently the same thing. So Instagram allows 1-minute videos. You get many of those during a park day. Come on over and join us on Our Life Go or Our Life on the Go on Facebook.
Don't forget to hit that like button. Leave comments. We love comments. Let us know what you want us to do. Let us know what you thought of the video. Even if you didn't like it, let us know.
With those comments, just let us know. If you don't care for it, then what could we do to make it better? Yeah, there goes one of those ships overhead again.
They're taking off all the time.
Morning, noon, and night.
And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got more coming up. And with that said, I'm Art.
I'm Elizabeth.
And this is
Our Life on the Go.